Hello, hello, and welcome. I am so happy and so excited for today. So, hold on. I have been told my timing has been really off for the people who are inside this intensive. So, I promise I'm going to make sure next time the timing is not off for you all. So, I'm hoping, let's see who is here. Hi, Deepak. Let me know in the chat if you can hear me. And even if you're watching the replay, I really want you to be really immersed in today's intensive. It's going to be amazing. And let me know if there are any questions towards the end as well. In the chat, let me know if you can hear me and let's get going. So, this is not a typical masterclass. I'm not going to give you, you know, I have seen so many master classes where you get like 90% pitching and 5% information. This is actually the opposite. So it's going to be really freaking amazing for me. So can you hear me? Just nod. I can see you. Just hear me. Yes. All done. All right. So let's start with a question. I want to know, like, on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being miserable, oh sorry, 1 being miserable and 10 being absolutely freaking amazing, how do you feel about content and selling? How confident you are when it comes to showing up online? How confident are you with this strategy? Let me know in the chat on a scale of 1 to 10. That's awesome. That's awesome. So if you are someone who has told me that's more than five, that's great. Then what you're going to learn today is going to fine tune your messaging, fine tune your content. And if you have told me something about less than five, maybe a two or a three or a four, then do not worry. Hopefully, in fact, not hopefully, I am sure that by the time this intensive ends, you will be at least a seven or eight, if not more. So do not worry if you are very new with content, if you are confused about it. No, I'm going to make it very, very simple. So let's get started. Let me share my screen. Just give me a nod if you can see it. Can you see it? Just let me know. Technically savage. Challenged as usual. Well, I think you can. Yeah. All
Yes,
right. Awesome. Okay, awesome. All right. So let's get started. Algorithm proof content, what to post. So you close clients on repeat. So today's agenda is basically the top three mistakes that slow down sales and keep you struggling for clients. The VS3 method to convert likes into cash, which comes straight from my program, Copy Collective, where we go more deep into content and selling, and how I make multiple five figures with under 5,000 followers. So let me tell you one thing, I am a lazy marketer. And when I say lazy, I cannot post like three times a day. I'm not that person. I cannot engage for 30, 40 minutes a day before someone posts, after some I'm posting, getting some engagement and all of that. I just cannot do that. I'm too lazy to do it. In fact, there are times where I open my Facebook and I'm on my notifications, and you might have seen it where people are there's someone on your profile and that person has liked all of the posts that you've done in the past, say, 2 months, and then like your notifications are filled with that person. They just liked in like 15 seconds, and then you're expecting them to like DM you in 5 4 3 2 1 ding, and you get a cold DM from them saying like, hey, would you like to book 30 to 40 appointments per month and kind of cold DMs. So I remember the one time what I did was I actually replied back to one of them. I was really bored, super bored. I was like, yeah, I am interested. And then when I did that, the person obviously got really excited. And she replied, okay, great, let's book a call, let's do all of that. And then what I did was I DM'd her back and I'm like, okay, all right. But there's one problem. I do not like cold DMs. And then she did not reply back. She just vanished. So basically, I know if I would have hired her, she would have worked for me. She would have used the same strategy on me that she was using to close me. And she was using cold DMs. And you know what? If you've been told, you've been taught that, cold DMs is a great strategy. Yes, it is. But the world is changing. And when it comes to organic marketing, you cannot rely on cold DMs anymore. In fact, I see people all the time who are using cold DMs as a strategy, and then they are either getting restricted, they're getting banned. Facebook is a very community driven platform, and they respect privacy. They respect that you are conversing with people you know. And in that case, you cannot use this strategy anymore. So what I want to say is I do not value in authenticity. So I do not do that. I do not comment for the sake of commenting. Like when you open your social media and you see someone's comment, you can see it and make out that the comment wasn't legit. The comment was, some it's just used as a tactic, and you just figure that out so easily. And in that case, I'm like, you know what, I am not that person, and I want people to connect to me on their own. I want you to show some interest in what I have to say. You get value, you feel connection, you feel trust. And when you do that, that's when we can have a chat. That's when I want to work with you to help you in your journey. And if you are like me, then that's why I am actually creating this intensive for you. And because of that, because I do not value inauthenticity, my Facebook, whenever I open, my DMs are literally looking like this. Basically this is just me in the, I think today, yeah, today morning I just went on my Facebook and I just screenshotted a few DMs. In fact, this one, the left one, you can see is like a voice message. The person just found me. It's like 27 March. Today is what? 1st April. So basically a few days ago, and we've been chatting. The person is interested. Like someone is very curious, like, okay, what do you do? Because they are watching my content. Someone is asking if what I do. You are getting these sort of DMs, and these sort of DMs come when you are absolutely clear. People notice you, people understand you, people want to know more about you, and that's when you get all these DMs. So I know what you might be thinking, like, okay, Ajal, I get it. I also want to attract people towards me. I also want people to notice me, and I want people to come towards me so that I can take the next step and help them. So the next question comes is, okay, what to post so people reach out? I know that's the question that will be there in your mind, that, okay, what do I need to post so people reach out to me? Because my post barely gets any likes. You won't see it reaching a lot of people, but people are still reading it. People are noticing it. People are resonating with it. And then they are curious enough to find out what do I have so they can take one more step towards their journey. So when I talk about it, this is what I say. This is the quiet demand system. And because of that, there are people who reach out, and that's what we call as inbound leads, right? So there are three blocks to it. Number one is targeted audience, which is ideal clients. Now I choose who watches my content. I don't need to worry if my ideal client is listening, because I am on Facebook. This is a sign for you to go clean up your friends list. If you feel any person on the friends list is not an ideal buyer or a collaborator for you, you need to remove them right now. Now, IG and LinkedIn doesn't allow that directly, especially if you are starting out, you don't have a lot of followers. If you have like 2,000, 3,000 followers, it's very difficult for the algorithm to push you, because of which you get stuck in the trend list of, okay, let me go viral. And when you are on LinkedIn, where you are on IG, in that case, your content will not be pushed out to more people because you have less followers. And like when I was starting out, for example, I wanted an international reach. So as an Indian, I wanted to be reaching international clients outside India. And whenever I posted on IG, I found IG was showing me to more Indian people because I live in India. Now, for international clients to notice me, what I had to do was basically, there was only one option for me for them to notice me is I have to go and engage. I have to go and DM. I have to be the person to reach out. So they come on my profile and they watch me. That is a whole new tiring process. So I knew IG is not for me. If it is for you, well done. If you have already built a system where you know your targeted audience is watching you, one part of the puzzle is already solved. But if you are like me, who you know that your content might not be reaching your ideal client if you rely on the algorithm. Facebook is your platform and it's your sign that whoever you add should bring value to your profile. So every time you post something, the right people are there to hear it. The next puzzle is of this quiet demand system is conversion content. So now that your ideal clients are watching you, whatever you write should speak what's there in their head. And conversion content is what gets your ideal client to notice you, makes them feel seen that, okay, you understand what I am talking about, and trust you to make a buying decision. When you are doing all that, it comes under the conversion content. And this is very, very different than growth content, because growth content consists of memes and shareability. It consists of trends, or you're dancing on, say, TikTok, Instagram. You are creating shareable viral content. That's necessarily not going to lead to conversion. This is really, really different, and I'm going to talk about it more in just a few minutes. And the third part is obviously the laid back marketing loop. So a system to keep idle clients in the loop, so they don't have to, like, forget that, okay, I exist in this world, right? You need to have a system that people don't forget. Because, for example, suppose you are doing everything right. The targeted audience are there. Suppose your content is there and, people are liking it. But the point is, if you did not post for a few days or weeks, the algorithm will not show your content to those people who were liking it in the first place. And then, bam, you're out of their sight, you are forgotten. What happened? Nothing, right? In that case, you are actually tied to the algorithm again. And today's intensive is all about getting detached from the algorithm, right? So in that case, you need to have a marketing loop where people are stuck with you. They are constantly in contact with you. So that is how the quiet demand system is built. So the quiet demand system is a system to generate consistent leads, convert them, and stay top of mind without daily hustle. And this is what we do inside Copy Collective, where we brush up your copywriting skills, because whatever you write needs to resonate. And then your ideal clients actually become your leads, like, on their own. And then they are stuck in a loop where they keep coming back to you again and again and again. And that's how, in the long run, you are able to build a sustainable business when it comes to social media. So let me know if this is clear and if you have understood the quiet demand system. So Today we are talking about just the block two, the conversion content cycle, because this is the place most people get stuck in, where they are posting. They know that they have landed their messaging, but they still get stuck here and there. They sometimes feel overwhelmed. Okay, like how do I do all of this in just one content strategy? So today we are going to break all of that. So first, let's move on to the top 4 mistakes that slow down sales and keep you struggling for clients. Now, if like before I move on, I want to share that if you are loving this so far, just take out your phone, post about it on your story, let people know. I will give you a shout out as well if you post it. And I'm going to actually give something to you if you do it. I'm not going to share it here. As soon as you do it, I'm going to let you know what that gift is. Okay, so if you are enjoying it, please do share it online. I really want to reach a lot of people and help a lot of people. Okay, so let's move on to the first segment, that is the top 4 mistakes that is slowing down sales and keeping you struggling for clients. So number one is you don't use different FB platforms intentionally to maximize sales. Now, the reason I have chosen this to be the first mistake because it is the most common mistake I see on Facebook when people are there, that what they do is when they are on Facebook, there are different places where different kinds of things are possible. And that's how you build your content cycle, but they mess it up. So let me just explain it. So groups where you are having other Facebook groups, that's actually for growth. You attract your ideal clients from groups. That is not a place to be actually posting value. That is not a place to be actually posting, related to your offer. That's a place where you attract your ideal clients for growth. And you might have noticed that when you are on groups, whenever you post value content, where you're posting something really, really valuable, something like tips, tricks, hacks, your content will not reach a lot of people, or you might not get a lot of engagement, because groups are meant for connection, for community, for people talking about themselves and learning from each other by experiences. So you cannot post value. What groups are for is for growth. Profile, your Facebook profile is for trust and credibility and selling at the same time. Profile is basically where whoever is coming from groups, they are watching your profile as a portfolio, and that's where trust actually gets built. Stories is where you can have direct conversions and you can build trust at the same time really, really fast. In that case, you don't need to post. I've seen so many people on stories posting, quotes, posting about where they are. That's very good for connection, but doesn't lead to conversions. You are wasting a very big potential if you are not posting on stories for getting direct conversions, because that's a very good place to do that. And your own group is for nurture and conversions. So notice the bold part that you can see clearly. Group's focus is on growth, profile is for trust, stories is for conversions, and your own group, your own community is for nurture. In terms of nurturing, you can also do it through different types of funnels. You can also do it through your email list. If I am just talking about Facebook, I'm going to talk about the actual bubble and circle of Facebook only today. So these are the 4 different platforms on Facebook that you have to use intentionally to maximize sales. The second is, the mistake I see is your content is blending in and it sounds like everyone else. What do I mean by that? To differentiate and make people remember you, what you need is pattern interrupt. So the reason you're not getting consistent clients, that's a very good line. But if you write it as, I didn't believe it when I made 11K with a post that flopped. So when I talk about content blending in, it means that it's forgettable. People keep scrolling it because there are a lot of people posting the reason you're not getting consistent clients or the reason you're stuck, why you're stuck. A lot of people are doing that. But what is pattern interrupt is where you are basically talking about something, the same thing in a different way, where people go like, okay, what? So that's what I call as pattern interruptive, where people are basically shocked, like, what are you talking about? Right? And the next example I want to use is not from a business coach, it is for a life coach, is you can say like, okay, how to heal with the trauma bond. That's again a very common statement. But if you say, I thought I loved him, turns out it was trauma. Now, if you are someone who is helping people get over toxic relationships, if you post something like this, if you start your post with this, it's not going to blend in, even though what you were about to say is the same thing as the left-hand side that you can see. That's what is called pattern interrupt. And I want you to pause and reflect. Have you been using pattern interrupt as effectively in your content or not? Because this is the make and break of it, because this is what starts or grabs attention of your ideal client when they are scrolling. And that's what I call a magnetic hook. So a magnetic hook basically is a starting of the post or starting line of the post where people are like, what? They just go like this. What? So that should be your natural reaction to whatever you write. In fact, that is the reason I created CTL, which is Captions to Leads resource, which literally has templates of hooks possible. I think I have like 50 or 60 hooks which have proven to work across all the different niches, and it also has templates of posts that have worked again across all the different niches. And the number one strategy for creating those hooks is the strategy of pattern interrupting. So if you are interested to get all of that in one go on your hand, CTL is the resource for you. And if you want the link of the CTL, you will be able to see it after this is over, or you will also find it in your email when you get the replay. CTL is that one resource I created the first time I created any digital product, where I know if you use it, you post it, you get leads. That's how simple this cycle is. And I'm just sharing one strategy that is there, which is pattern interrupt. So if you take out anything from today's intensive, this is the one. Please focus on your hooks the most. Now, the third is you focus on giving value without making them feel they have to move. And what do I call as move? I call it as urgency, but real urgency. Today, I'm going to focus on this term most, where you are not going to give just value. People need to see why they need to reach out right now to you. And that's how you get DMs, as I showed you just a few minutes ago, every single day. Okay, we're going to take questions towards the end. All right. So you are teaching, educating, but you're not giving them a reason to reach out right away. And that is a very, very, very big mistake. And this mistake has come from my personal experience, because that's when you get messages like, oh, you are great. You're so good. You're so inspiring. You know so much. But they're like, that's it. They won't tell you, okay, I want that too. That is missing. If that is missing, this is the one thing that you need to shift in your content. And you're posting for validation, not conversion. I kid you not, this was one thing which I struggled to admit it when I found out that I wanted validation and I didn't care if I'm not getting conversion. It's a very hard truth to follow. And let me just tell you what that actually means. You're choosing posts that get likes instead of posts that create decisions. Posts that have engaging questions, memes, etc. But always keep it relevant and find a way to connect it to your offer. I won't say it's a bad thing to have a lot of engagement type posts on your profile, or you're sharing about your personal life, uh, but you need to connect it to your offer somehow. Let me give you one example. I remember a Christmas post where I wanted to just share like Merry Christmas because I just felt like it. But what I did was, when it was 25th December, I said the new year is coming. And when the new year is coming, I am reflecting back on the year that has gone by. And these are the four things that I am so proud of myself. These are the three things I could not do. And I am so proud I came so far because I pivoted from engineering to copywriting. And everyone, I want to share whatever you are feeling that you might not have the best year. This is the new year that is coming. So if you're interested in doing that business online, go and do it. If you're interested in, getting that class, do it. If you're interested, if you know you have to be with the coach that is going to take you forward, do it. This is your time. So I did post about Merry Christmas, but somehow I found it a way to connect it to my offer. And the connection here was I wanted people to tell the urgency, which I'm talking about, is you need to invest right now. Otherwise, your year is gone. Maybe the new year will also pass by. And that's what I call connecting it to your offer. So, what do you mean by you're choosing posts that get likes? I'm talking about quotes. I'm talking about questions out of the blue. I'm talking about birthday posts or anniversary or anything like that. It's good to have that, but it's not relevant to your offer in any way. If you cannot connect it, do not post. I know it gives a lot of likes. I'm emphasizing on this point for a lot longer. I know it gives you a lot of engagement and you reach more people. That's a good strategy. But if you use it for validation, then do not do it. Okay. So this is an example again, is I love these two GIFs. So basically, I wanted to do something funny because it's not necessary that your posts are really always very serious and corporate. So I posted this GIF and I'm like, you know what? You are surviving when things are working against you, and you're just, see what is happening on the left one is where you are trying to get down and you're stuck, right? You are climbing the wrong way, you're trying to get down the wrong way, and what you're doing is whatever strategy you're using, you're working really hard, but you're going in the wrong direction. You're chasing clients when you should be attracting them, and you are getting in the same spot, or sometimes you're worse than the original pace that you were in. So I loved this GIF. You can definitely go and share it, but find it a way to connect it to your offer. If you agree, then I want you to again pause and reflect. Have you been posting for the sake of validation or for the sake of conversion? Is your content, entertainment type, or is it infotainment? You need to ask yourself that, because that is the one question that is keeping you stuck. So, yeah, so we just got off the first section. Now let's move on to the VS3 method that converts likes into paying clients. Now, there are a lot of times when we know that we need people to notice us. We need people to have, feel urgency in our offer. Like, should I launch? Should I do this? Should I do that? And you don't have a repeatable system to follow in your content strategy, you will be stuck. So this VS3 method is going to make it super, super easy for you. So if you want to make sales, you need to do two things. Content that gets noticed, content that converts quiet lurkers into buyers. And when I say noticed, I do not mean going viral. No, I mean people who are in your audience, they are just scrolling by. They're not noticing you because there are people who accept your friend requests. There are people who follow you and then they forget, or they just don't simply care. In that case, people need to notice you. And that's what I mean when I say that your content needs to get noticed. Now, number one in the VS3 is number one, V is visibility. So the goal is to have attention activation. So if you are someone who thinks like, I have people on my profile, but they're not paying attention, like I feel invisible, then in that case, you will use it when your posts feel ignored, skipped, or dull. Even if you have people watching, they just feel like it's dull. So visibility content increases engagement and grabs attention. So they'll naturally read your other posts as well. And here, pattern interrupt makes the most sense out of everything. So post types which can be used here is bold one-liner, relatable emotional hit, unexpected statement, catnip hook, and whoa, that's different kind of post. Like they're like, what just happened? What have you just shared? Right? So I'm gonna give you examples as well to make it easier for you to understand. First, I want to say what is catnip hook? Catnip is basically educational but bite-sized implementable tip. So basically, you are giving value, but something they can immediately use in their content and they can immediately apply so they feel really, really connected to you. So number one, I want to share is I fired a high ticket client. This is from my post. And I fired a high ticket client basically comes under unexpected statement, because why will someone fire a high ticket client? And that grabbed immediate attention. So I just saw the happiness of my neighbor who landed a six-figure job in the tech world in just 33 days. That is relatable. And that is, again, an unexpected thing. Like in just 33 days, how can someone land a six-figure job in the tech world? So this was something we used for a career coach. And he was basically helping people, start into the tech world without a degree. And that's one of his success stories. So we just used it as something. Now, see, notice how we have made it very empathetic when it comes to sharing about it. Because you could have just said, my client just landed a six-figure job in 33 days. You could have said that. That's a very direct statement. But what we did was we added, I just saw the happiness of my neighbor who landed. That is something that goes emotional, relatable, and it feels like fits perfectly in the Facebook world. So if you're on Instagram, you will probably not use this. But if you're on Facebook, you need to find the empathy and the community factor when you are talking about your content. Then I just realized how severe my ADHD symptoms were. This is for, we used it for a life coach who was obviously helping with ADHD. And he just wanted people to feel relatable. And that's how we did it. So we just said, how severe these symptoms were. Or what I learned when I stopped dating white men. That is shock. That is like, you stop dating white men. Okay, what happened? I need to know what's next in the story. It's very important for me to know, right? So again, pause and reflect. What kind of unexpected moments can you talk about when it comes to your content? What is something that's going to make people stop And do not worry about getting it right the first time. Just let your thoughts flow out and then pick out what's best. So that's what we call as visibility. Next is S, which is seen. The goal is emotional resonance. Like people see my content, they notice me, but I feel like no one gets it. If that's your vibe, seen is going to help you. You use it when your audience is present, but really, really quiet. Like they're watching, not reacting, not reaching out, not DMing you. When you're conversing with people in the DM, you feel like something is wrong, like some kind of mistrust is there. And you want to build emotional trust and show them like you're not alone in this. In that case, you use seen. This post makes your audience feel exposed, but in a safe way. Now, why did I put safe way here is there was a post in a group someone did. It was a very polarizing statement. What is polarizing statement? It's basically where you make something so controversial that people just have to comment either for or against, and you polarize people towards you who believe in you, and it's very strong and bold. So what someone did was she posted that, if your content is not converting, it's just boring. Stop trying to defend yourself, something like that, something really offending type. And people felt triggered like crazy. The comment section went crazy there, and people were like, please stop telling me that I am really bad. At least you could have just, told me something that I could do about it if you think it's boring, right? Sometimes algorithms just do not, show my content to people. Like I just post so much value, and they were triggered as hell. And when I was watching the comment section, it just caught me that people want to feel seen, but in a safer way. You can polarize people even in a safer way. You don't have to blame people outright. Okay, you have to give people context. And it softens resistance and makes them go like, wait, how did she know I was thinking this? And that's the vibe that you go for when you go with scene content. So post types are basically vulnerable storytelling, client reflection, unspoken thoughts, and that's so me moments. So when we talked about visibility, we had like, whoa, what kind of post? Scene is where it's like, that's so me moments. People feel connected and seen. Like you should keep telling yourself you should be grateful, but you're tired of surviving. This is a life coach again sharing that you know that you should be grateful, but you're just tired. You feel so much pain. You're just surviving there. You're just doing everything you've been told, and again you're stuck. People feel seen, surely seen. Or you could say, she looked at me and said, I'm exhausted from being strong all the time. And that's someone who, it could be like twisted in a lot of ways. It could be for a parenting coach where mothers are, being strong all the time with, teenage boys. That could be someone. It could also be from being strong when you're handling a very tough marriage. That is also where you can use it. So it depends on context. But again, people feel really, really vulnerable and sane. I thought I was over it, but the ache hit me again at 2:14 a.m. So notice the specificity of the vulnerable moment. And I thought I was over it. It could be anything again. It could be for a heartache, like you just broke up with your partner. That's for a dating coach. It could be not dating coach, people who are dating coach who are helping women find love again, or it could be for people who are healing women from their toxic relationships. Also people like for students who could not pass their favorite exam, and they just woke up at 2 o'clock in the night and feel like, oh shit, where is my career going? We use that for a career coach. Again, could be twisted in very different ways. I'm the go-to person for everyone, but I don't know who to go to. That is really, really seen for a coach. where they are the go-to person literally for all the people in their life, and they are scared of going out and just accepting that, hey, I am weak. So it will work really well for a coach. So the key here is show their inner world using your story or a client's story, and make it feel like their thoughts are being narrated back to them. This is where you need to know what your ideal client is thinking, and you need to make them feel really, really seen. Let me know if this is clear. Just give me a thumbs up if this is clear. Awesome. The third is in VS3, we went through V and S1. Now, the second one is shift. So the goal here is you create the urgency through reframing. So till now, people have noticed you and they feel the relatable factor. They can feel like, oh, I I am feeling connected to you. Like you know me, kind of thing. But now they're like watching, but not moving or taking action. So they trust you, but they're not coming to you. So when people resonate with your story, but aren't taking action, and you are so inspiring more, people trust you, but they don't say that, okay, they're like, maybe later I'll do it, or I'll figure it out myself kind of mode. And this post is the wake up call. It shows them the cost of staying the same, and it breaks passive consumption. What do I mean by passive consumption? Where people feel the urge to reach out, to go into your bio, to go through your links. If you have a multiple offer suite, they go through everything, they find out what they want, and they just buy. That's the kind of urgency. Like, I need to talk to you. I need to see what this training is. I need to know what this is about. They feel that urgent thing that if I don't do it right now, I'm done. That's what shift content is all about. So the post types here is belief breaker, mini rant, where this mini rant, I love mini rant, where you're on your stories. Basically, most coaches do this, go on their stories and they just frustrate out. If you're someone who follows Alex Hormozy, on his YouTube channel, you're going to find a ton of videos where he's angry and he just sits in front of camera and then he just keeps talking for the next 10-15 minutes, making someone feel like pain here. If you are guilty of what he's talking about, you can feel that pain, that urge to do something about it. And it is a safe way to do it. Like we won't feel triggered by him talking about it, because whatever he said is so true, but it has the whole context in it. And mini rant in your way, what you can do is do it on your community, do it on your stories, and you just sit there or you just type and you speak out everything you want to say to that one person, to make them just feel it. Like you have to do it. Otherwise, what are you doing? Right? And the wake up truth that they have to wake up right now. The cost of inaction, consequence content goes in shift, and the myth busting. Whatever myth they are telling themselves, whatever lies they are telling themselves or people are telling them, you bust it. That's when shift happens. Example, if you're waiting for motivation, you'll still be here next year. Again, could be used for a lot of niches, but this is the most prominent line you can use, that if you're waiting for motivation to change your life, you will be stuck. And the next could be she waited 2 years to ask for help. That delay cost her more than money. You can narrate the whole story of the pain that happened because for 2 years that person wasn't asking for help. The next could be your growth is being delayed by the very story you are defending. Whatever story you're telling yourself, I need more time. I don't know. I don't have much clarity. I'm not ready. I don't have the resources. Maybe next time. Whatever story you are defending here, your growth is delayed because of that. The next could be the I'll do it when I'm ready mindset is quietly destroying your momentum. Now, here the sentences are not very specific. I've kept it general. You can go more specific on these sentences according to the niche that you have right now. And the key here is be lovingly bold. You're not attacking them, you are protecting their future. So, whatever you are writing or talking or sharing, just remember that you have to be lovingly bold. But you have to be bold. Otherwise, people will not feel the pain, the urgency to reach out to you. And the next part of it is VS3. The third S is self. Finally, we have gone through visibility, we've gone through scene, shift, and now self. The goal is you build desire plus beliefs in your offer. They are warm, they trust me, but how do I lead them to buy? If you are having this problem that people do trust me, but they're not buying, then you use it when you want to pitch softly or you want to show results. When your audience is warm and just needs a reason to move forward. And this post reminds them of what's possible and it ties it to your container, story, or client result. You need to show them, remind them what is possible if they join your world or if they know how what happens when they work with you, the afterlife. So post types is testimonials, behind the scenes, offer walkthrough, and soft call to action. So this client thought she'd never land a 3K project. She did it in 9 days. Again, a very, very shocking factor. Someone joined CTL last week. She messaged me this morning with her first 3 leads. So this was something that I used it, and she actually, I got a message for CTL where the person had literally no engagement, dead profile, nothing there, but she just used one template from CTL, just put it there in 10 minutes, put it up, and she got her first 3 leads. She was really happy, and she just messaged me that. Then after 8 weeks inside my program, she said, like, I don't recognize who I used to be. Or another example is, I built this for the version of me who almost gave up. If that's where you are now, this is for you. Again, go specific with what you built. So the key is, don't just describe results, paint the before and the after, because that's what is going to sell. That's what makes people feel that there's an opportunity and they can grab that desired result, whatever your program offer gives them. Bonus point is works perfectly on stories, emails, and inside your community. This will work lesser on your profile and on other groups. This will work better if you use it to a nurtured group of audience. But nevertheless, you should have these 4 types of content cycle continuously rolling in. So now it's time for hands-on. So put me in the chat if this is clear, if you found this helpful. Again, if you're watching the replay, I would love to get your feedback. If this was simple and repeatable for you, just keep using VS3 on repeat and see how people reach out to you all the time. All right, Deepak, are you ready with hands-on? First, just tell me, how do you feel about the intensive so far?
Yes, it's so superb, Anchal, and it's so much value in there. And yeah, I got a new idea about how to use this formula, as you mentioned that VS S3 formula. and it's really crazy. If we are apply this, definitely we can get attract our target audience. So
Absolutely.
it's really superb, I feel.
That's great. Thank you so much. So, uh, you do have a lot of questions. First, I want to do
Yes.
hands-on on if you have anything to audit. I want to go ahead with that first.
Okay, you want to audit my post?
Yes. Do you want your content audited, or whatever questions you have around content is what I will
Yes.
focus on first? Let's just see.
Okay, I think my most of questions got answered through this training. But yeah, you can give the answer for first, I think. How do I structure my offer content to increase conversion? Like,
Okay, great. So, can you tell me first about the kind of work that you do? I'd love to know that, and for everybody to know that.
okay. So should I share my post here?
Yeah, just let me know here. Just tell me, what do you do? What's your offer, so I can know to answer this question.
Okay. So basically, as a business coach, I offer mostly lead generation and client acquisitions. I am working in my framework like R leads. So how do I structure my content exactly? Offer content, right? That connect with my offer. As you already answered that on your training, but I want to know exactly like frame. How do I exactly frame out my content strategically so that easily I get the conversion from that post?
Okay, okay, great, great question. Can you tell me what is the strategy that you're using right now?
Okay, you are asking about my method.
No, the content strategy that you're using, that's what you asked, right? To get the content strategy for getting more conversions. So, what do
uh
you do right now online as your content strategy?
Basically, I follow the framework first, hook, value, and CTA. That is my frame. I use on my content usually. So that's how I apply. And the second part, like value part, I mostly use story. Okay, as you already mentioned. So that strategy I'm applying for getting more conversion and retention on my content, so that I am right now getting more engagement and conversion. But I want to improve that. That way I can connect my audience with my offer.
Okay, that's awesome. So when you say hook, value, and then call to action, that's a very clean structure. That's a structure that's repeatable and very easy to use. Let's just go with one of the content pieces that you've written, so I can give you specific help for the content that you've written. Can you drop one of them in the chat?
Okay, sure, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is my recent post which I posted recently, just a few days back. And
Okay, great. Let me just so everybody can see it. Okay. I'll just put it in a new doc and then share the screen so everybody is able
yes.
to see it. This one, right?
Yes.
Can you see it? Yes. Okay. Is there anything written on the picture? If you're still waiting, you've already lost. Okay. All right. So let's just see this post. If you're still waiting, you're already lost. I used to believe the same outdated advice, just post valuable content, engage more, clients will come. So I did. Posting daily with no clear strategy, engaging for hours, hoping for inbound leads, jumping on every trend, yet my inbox stayed empty. Saw the coaches signing hiding clients like what were they doing differently? Old methods were dead. Nice. Post and pray strategy doesn't work anymore. Neither does chasing leads, spamming DMs, value posts, awesome. So what works? System that does heavy lifting. Okay, this is your system. That's your
Yes. Yes.
major selling point. Engineering
Yes.
method that flips the script on lead generation, turns content into a sales machine. That's pre-sold, high ticket leads, automates the buyer journey. You're already falling behind. Okay. So I like this where you have used a little bit of fear in your
Mm.
marketing, which is good. And exact system to make it work for you. Okay, great. All right. So, uh, what I would say here is this is the first thing
Yes.
that they see, right?
Mm.
Now,
Yes.
if I'm scrolling,
Mm.
I am not going to stop if I don't know you. Basically, I am connected to you. I have been consistently watching. Then I might stop and read it because this hook is a little
Mm.
bit incomplete. If
Okay.
I just look here, because you have a dot, I think there's a space, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what you
Yes.
could do is you could have something where what you could do is you could start with something in the middle where you'll be
Mm.
like the old methods were dead. Okay. You could start with something like I was using the old methods that were dead
O-
and that
Okay.
cost me thousands of dollars until I realized this.
Mm.
If you start with such a line, the
Mm.
person will want to read, and person who has not been noticing you, even they will stop and read because the hook catches
Mm.
attention no matter if they know you or not. That's what
Mm-hmm.
I would do here. Uh, what I would do next is this is a very clear way of outlining what people are doing.
Mm.
But when it comes to your niche, I'll give you a specific niche example. Is
Mm-hmm.
this is a little bit overused when it comes to your niche because you are in the inbound lead generation niche. This
Yeah.
these sentences are overused. So what
Okay.
you could do here is once you talked about the old methods are dead, then you give a storytelling of
Mm.
what was happening when you were using this outdated advice and make people feel that energy and
Mm.
make it relatable to your ideal client. Like the person who comes to you, they are
Mm-hmm.
doing this, and that's why they get interested in your system. So, what you do is through your story, you clearly lay out what they are doing and what they are feeling. That's your story. Okay, so I'm using your only strategy, hook, story, CT. I'm going to go with that.
Yeah.
And then I love this line. Oh, where is it?
Mm.
This one. I what I would do here is not
Mm.
this one, this one. Yeah. What
The
I
truth.
would do here is I would use this consequence and fear at the start,
Okay.
little bit towards the start.
Mm.
Why? Because I want people to know the market has changed
Mm.
and your approach to getting clients also has to change.
Mm.
And then you talk about why your system is
Mm.
actually the new method that people should be using.
Okay.
So is that clear with what we did?
Yes, yes. Most of I clear that. First, I need to use some shocking statement. That way, my audience can connect with me, and as well as I need to connect with my story as well.
Yes,
that you said.
absolutely. It could be your story, it could be things you're seeing online with someone else, it could be anything, a story that
Mm.
makes them feel seen.
Okay.
So, what happens is, suppose I write it here, is I kept using the old marketing
Mm.
methods and didn't realize and lost thousands of dollars on strategies that were never gonna work. That's what I would do to start this post.
Okay.
This would be very good for Facebook,
Mm.
Facebook profile. When it comes to your community, what I would do is, here is I would go into a little bit more personal and be like, and be a little bit more in the community vibe, like, hey guys, I wanna share something personal which kept me stuck for a long time. Why? Because my community already knows me. I don't need to, let them, notice me anymore. They're already in my community. They know me. And that's when I'm going to write the same thing, but this hook is going to go there.
Okay.
Uh, would you like to know what I would do if it goes for carousels or stories or reels? Would you like more info on this?
Yes, yes, sure.
Okay, great. So this is what you could do is this is for the profile, this is for community.
Okay.
When it comes to
So profile basically for get notice people,
that's visibility. People
visibility.
people notice you.
Got
But this is for the post and not for reels. Suppose you want to use reels, then you have to be really, really direct,
it.
where
Mm.
you'll be like, old marketing methods are dead.
Okay.
This is what works today. Or I'll be like a little bit more clear here. I could
Mm.
be like posting three. I don't know if that's what you believe in, but if I would be here, I would be doing posting 3 times a day to get paid is dead.
Mm. So for reels, I need to make short and crisp.
It has to be that, because when people are scrolling and they
Mm.
just stop, they won't read so much. Facebook
Yes.
is a community platform. When they're reading posts, they are
Mm.
gonna read this story thing. But when it comes to reels, total strangers are watching you, grabbing attention in like 2 seconds. That's it. That's all you have. 2 seconds. For 2 seconds, this is what you can do is, instead of old marketing, I would go a little bit more detailed. And instead of this is what works today, I'll be like, ROS system made me
Mm.
X month last whatever 25 days.
Okay.
That's what I will do. So basically, this is what is going bold, bold, and ROS system made me this second bold instead of this. Can you see the difference here?
Yes, I can see.
Great. Again, if you
Mm.
want to go with carousels now, carousels are basically, again, the first slide is again really important. And
Yes.
I'm gonna start with again this one. So it's a little bit similar to Reels, but it's gonna be more personalized. I'll be like, I'll start with actually this one only. Well, this is the result. 1 second. What I'll do is, uh, there was a line which was really good.
The truth, something.
Yeah, it could be like, your
Mm.
content is working against you.
Mm.
you don't even know. I can start with this as a carousal, or I'll be like, I could also go with something personal. Be I was
Hmm.
lied about getting clients. Then I made X. I can also start.
Okay.
So
Yep.
yeah, go ahead. You have
So
questions.
my question is like when I creating like these are hooks for carousel or reels. So what I need to keep in mind, something like any psychological point. That way I can create this type of hook.
Great question. So what you need to
Hmm.
keep in mind is here, it's a very community empathetic kind of
Hmm.
profile, kind of vibe on
Okay.
Facebook. That's what you do. This is
Hmm.
like, you can start with this as well in your community. This is
Hmm.
little bit more personal because
Person.
they are really, really warmed up to you.
Okay.
This is a cold audience,
Hmm.
and people won't stop if they don't see what's in it for them in the first line instantly in like 2 seconds. They need to just see it. Otherwise, they'll scroll past. And when it
Okay.
comes to carousals, people who are
Hmm.
followers, usually they are the ones who see your carousals. But again, it should be crisp because it's a carousel. People just slide, otherwise, they'll not slide, right? So you
Okay.
cannot have long lines on your carousel. It has to be crisp, but it could be both. It could be this one,
Hmm.
or it could be this one for your carousel because people, the followers, are the ones who are watching you.
Got it. Yes. Yes. Or something like we are targeting any other people community. So there, what kind of content? Sorry, what kind of hook I should to use there?
There, you need to do a little bit of personal win kind of hook. So
Okay.
you'll be like, guys,
Hmm.
I can't believe
Hmm.
I lost whatever money on a strategy that
Hmm.
didn't, that, okay, that's it. On a strategy. Today, I am happy I found my own method. Cheers. That's it. You can't sell there. That's all you do. That's how
Okay.
you show up as your own self, but the community respects you, they celebrate with you, or they give you suggestions. That's all you need to do on groups.
Okay. So there I need to create content like something win and celebrate content.
Yes.
Oh, yes, I got it.
Awesome. So, is this helpful for you?
Yeah, it's completely helpful for me.
That's great. Okay. So, again, if you are watching the replay, I'll give you one chance to get such kind of audit of your post. And if you want it, I will be sharing a private link to you just for a few hours. It will be open. You can drop in your content, just one, and you will get such an audit done for you. I'll select a few people and then do it. All right. Okay, so let's get back. Oh, I stopped sharing. Oh, one second. Technically savage. Uh, this is terrible. Very bad at tech, even though I'm an engineer. Sorry. Okay. So the hands-on is done. Amazing. All right, let's go on. So If you're done posting content that gets likes but not leads, and if you're tired of second guessing every caption, reel, story, so today you just saw me literally in like 5 minutes, you just understood what to do with your content, right, Deepak? It is so easy if you just know what kind of people are there, what kind of strategy you can use. And if you really want to become the coach that people reach out to and be like, how can I work with you? Then let's go all in. It's time to go all in. And that's why I want to introduce you to Copy Collective, content that attracts dream clients consistently. And I'm super, super excited for this particular program because this is where you will know how do you write, what to write, when to write, and what to do once you are done with posting. It's very, very important and key for getting clients consistently. So, Copy Collective is a 6 week live mentorship designed to help you master the three skills every client attracting coach needs. Number one is copywriting that grabs attention and gets people to say, take my money. Imagine what you can do if you know how to actually use copywriting to your advantage. You will know exactly what triggers people safely and what doesn't. You will know what to write, how do you structure a post that is going to get you the maximum eyeballs and the maximum conversions. And then once that is mastered, once you know the all the tactics that you need to be a very good copywriter just for social media, because that's what's important. Then we move on to content marketing, and that builds demand before you ever pitch. Content marketing, what you saw today, VS3, is just one of the methods where you know what to do. Like once you go online today, you'll be like, okay, I need to do visibility today. I'll do scene today. I'll do shift today. I'll do sell today. And you just keep on repeating it. But there are so many different things which I could not share, even though I really, really wanted to, where you need to know more about content marketing and be able to actually resonate with your ideal clients. And then comes the conversion focused strategies that turns quiet followers into paying clients. So here's what we'll do together, because I'm not going to leave you high and dry. I'm going to literally explain everything. Write spicy, take my money type posts in week 1 and 2. The kind of copy that shifts beliefs, builds desire, makes your people feel like you're in their head, literally. And then we go on to week 3 and 4, which is build content that brings clients with every single post you do, because it's just structured in a way and it's just speaking to the people. For that, you need messaging. For that, you need the phrases, the words to use it. This is where we do it. So, not from trends or algorithms, but through strategic, story driven content that does the heavy lifting before the sales call. Or if you're selling digital products, welcome. I love digital products. And the next is week 5 and 6, where we tie everything together from copywriting to content marketing. And then comes third puzzle, combining it together. So there's a repeatable system where your DMs also convert into clients. So if you're not great at selling, you hate cold outreach, I'll show you how to warm people up through your content and close with calm confidence as well. Now, imagine if I am literally working with you together, what we can do in 6 weeks. You'll have so much clarity that you leave it. And that is what is making me so passionate about Copy Collective. So, this isn't just a how to better post better type of course. It's literally a content to client system, because you'll finally know what content sells, what doesn't, what do you do for your particular niche, because that's what we are doing. We are vibing together for 6 weeks. So, Copy Collective full program value is $2,500. And that's the program value when it is out in the open. But you are in this intensive, and I really value you. You just spent literally how many? 2 hours. Okay, 1.5 hours. Yep, 1.5 hours with me. And I really value your time. And because of which you'll get this at just 997 PIF if you pay in full. And if you do that, you actually get lifetime updates to the program because it's going to be so many. And 1 day of Telegram chat support as well. So we are going into content for the 6 weeks. But if you surely want all the answers for everything that's in and around content, you can get it in this 1 day of Telegram chat support, where I literally have my eyes on your business from start to finish. So basically, here, what we are doing is if you know your messaging is stuck, if you know that your social media is just a pile of free content, if you know that yes, you are getting clients, but you could do so much better if your content worked so much better for you, then you need to be inside Copy Collective. Either you can go with that, or you could go with the payment plan that is, just 525 now, 525 in 30 days. This is the price that's gonna go up once it's outside. Here, this is the lowest rate that you can ever get Copy Collective in. So if you are in, just let me know. I'll send you the link as well to join Copy Collective. And I'm so excited. If you have any questions, just feel free to reach out to me. And if you are ready, then let's get going. Thank you. So, yeah, this was it. I hope you loved it. So, do you have any questions? Anything I missed out? Oh, you had more questions, right, in the chat. Did I miss out anything?
Yes, I have put it five question. Basically, I prepared before the training. So as you send the message according.
Yeah.
So these are, but most of question you already covered. But let me see any question you can give answer about it. I think fifth question is storytelling strategy to sell my offer effectively.
Okay. So, storytelling strategies to sell your offer. So, what you do is inbound lead generation, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Storytelling strategies. Uh, what is your storytelling strategy right now?
Storytelling strategy basically I am follow that as you know that first we are talking about character, okay, what is the goal, then second about conflict part, then after that we are talking about the solution and solution, then after we talking about desire, and this is how we giving the call to action, right? So this is way I'm following right now. I'm not getting exact idea right now, but yeah, this is order I'm following for storytelling
Okay.
mostly.
Okay. Keep it simple. Keep it really, really simple. First, you start with the pain
Okay.
and describe that pain. If you can put in some dialogues, amazing. You can put in some visual pain, people can see it. Like, I am in front of my laptop at 3 a.m. feeling this, feeling that. People can see it.
Mm,
That's the pain. And then
okay.
you do the transition where
Mm,
you are feeling that pain. And then what did you feel when you were going through it? And what did you think about it that made you change into the solution? Basically, I am not gonna let myself stop
mm,
from, say, working out. I am not gonna, I am going to lose my weight as fast as I can. I have to do. That's my actual transition kind of phase. And then what you do is you go into the solution, laying out it by describing again how was the transition happening, what it felt like again in that point. So keep it really simple. Pain, transition, solution. Very simple. Do not complicate it with any strategy.
okay.
Yeah.
Pain, transition and solution.
Yeah. That's it.
Okay. Yes. And what type of psychological, I think you already covered this. CTA audience to generate a content CTA audience to generate more leads. So as you said, as you talked about the CTL something, what it
Yeah.
is?
CTL is basically captions to leads. It's a
Okay.
resource that has templates for the whole post templates that you just plug and play and it's posted. It's typed for you. You also have hook templates basically to start your post, and it has prompts that is going to help you sell in different ways. With that, what you have is the bonus AI training that helps you write everything in just under 10 minutes. It's just that simple. And with the type of questions that you have,
Hmm.
I think everything is answered in serials. For like,
Yes,
I'll be
yes.
really honest. You can just take the templates and it will be done.
Yeah, yeah. I got it. So yeah, Anchal, this is a really great session. I got a really great idea from you. So I appreciate for this session.
That's amazing. All right, so we are at a wrap of this intensive. Let me know what you think about it. Just TM me, just post it, just let me know. I'm super, super excited. Again, if you're watching the replay, and you'll be getting a private link where you will be able to put a piece of your content to get audits as well. And if you're interested in CTL or Copy Collective, you'll get the links as well for that in your email. Also, in your DMs, I'll just let me know if you're interested and we'll move forward. All right, so let's wrap this session. Yes, and I'll see you very, very soon. Bye.
Yeah, thank you so much.